This rifle has been haunting me for about 10 years now. AR-15 in 7.62 by 39. This rifle is the exact same rifle as this one, with just different muzzle brake and different furniture. That one actually has a rifle spring in it and buffer that gives you a lighter recoil. That gun runs smooth as silk compared to these ones. But this gun runs and cycles perfect. But I can't get that bolt to stop light firing. You'll get a light strike and it won't go off. You can't depend on it. I got it down to now to maybe 1 out of every 10 rounds or something won't fire. But I bought the longer extended firing pin. I cleaned the bolt. I've cleaned the barrel ramp inside and everything. Now I bought these 2 barrels and bolts and everything for these 2 guns at the same time. I actually bought 5 of these barrels and 5 of these bolts at the same time. There's 2 of them here, the other 3, well, I know where 2 of them are. I don't know who got the last one. But anyway, yeah, maybe I do. Anyway, I don't know what I got bad here. I can take this bolt, put it in that gun runs perfect. Put it in this pistol that I built years after I built these 2, that has a different bolt and barrel and everything than they do. It runs perfect in there. But take the bolt out of this gun and put in there, or the bolt out of that gun and put in there, misfires. Been driving me crazy. The only thing that I can't understand is when I look at this receiver, of course they actually cut the letter off for the marking to tell who made it. I'm wondering if, I don't know, it don't jam, it closes, it just don't hit the primer hard enough for it to go off. That 7.62 by 39 has a harder primer. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to give up and I'm going to put this 223 upper on it and bolt here and change the mag. And like I say, I'm tired of working on it. I got more ammo and test fire in that gun than I think I do in any guns I shot for pleasure lately. You see, I got a way different brake on that one. That thing is loud. There's no brake at all, really. That's literally the end of your barrel right here. Well, like I say, there's a lot of issues. I'm going to hook a link to building these. When I built these are the first ones I built. You can tell by the round handguards. That was before the thinner handguards come out. My second generation ones all had the slim handguards. And this one I built, it's the newest one I built, but I actually got the fat handguard and the muzzle brake and cut it down. If you look at that close, that's almost like a match to that one. Same grip, close to being the same handguard, close as I could get it. I actually extended tube this one and put a spring out of a rifle stock in it. A longer spring, and it runs pretty smooth too. But boy, that's a whacker. You better have a hold of that thing when you shoot it. Especially since I had to do away with my brace, since they outlawed the pistol braces. I never did hear what happened on that. Did they outlaw them or what? I never did hear the outcome, but I took all mine off by that date. Like I say, I think I'm just going to convert this over to the 223 or 5.56, I think this is. Give it back to my nephew. That's the worst part. Of all the guns I sold, the one that gives me trouble is a family member. It's my nephew. So like I say, as you can see, I use the same, all Anderson. I always use ASC mags. I always use Anderson build kits. Anderson lowers. I bought 5 of them barrels at one time, so I know them barrels are all the same. I'm just wondering if maybe sometimes that isn't caulking in it enough. That was a defected receiver that went to, somehow slipped through. Why else would they cut the brand name off of that? Yeah, I'm gonna trade him this here and make it a ship him out of here as a 223-556, and I'm gonna tear this down and I'm gonna look, if you look on your upper right here, that little notch you see cut in there. That's what gives you your head space. When your barrel goes in there, that's what gives you your head space up against your bolt. That's your bolts in there. That's where your bolt stops and hits your head space right there. That little groove is what controls it. I'm gonna tear that thing apart and see. I bet that groove's wrong. That's the only thing I could see making that strike light with everything I've done to it. With all the longer firing pins and everything I put in it. I bet that's a junk upper receiver. Well, time will tell. I'll get it tore apart, figure out what's wrong with it. And first I gotta get it switched over to this 556 barrel and get him out the door, get him happy. I'm gonna tear into it, see what the hell went wrong. Was it nice getting mine out and shooting them for hell, I haven't shot that in 2 years. Shot pretty good. Like I say, I went to the rifle spring and buffer, and that in your 556 and 223s, you got to worry about your timing with your spring in there. Where with these 7.62x39s, they got so much power that you're trying to slow them down, not speed them up. So there's really not an issue with that, other than some people run a heavier buffer because you do wear your buffers out quicker. But I haven't had no issues with that. Both of this pistol and that, they both cycle good. That baby rocks. I was shooting that last night and fire was everywhere. Well, I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. Like I said, I had that bolt in this gun and this gun, and it worked perfect. Put it in that gun, it don't work. Take the working bolt there out of that one, put it in there, it don't work. Take this working bolt, put in there, it don't work. I'm gonna, like I say, this thing's getting dissected. I'm gonna do an autopsy on it later. There'll be an update later of what happened. Everybody be safe out there during hunting season. Haven't seen nobody posting they got anything on my site. Figuring one of you guys come on there and have a picture of you and your deer. Hey, and if you take a picture of you and your deer, don't forget to put your rifle in there. I see them guys take a picture of them with their deer, they don't put their gun in there. They couldn't have done it without their gun. Get your gun in that picture. All right, man, everybody have a good day.